Hello bass family and welcome to Everything Bass with Dale Titus. Today we're going on to Technical Development Unit 2. It's a cool exercise I really like. I'm going to show you how it's show you exactly how it's written on the sheet music, which you can download if you're a subscribing member of Everything Bass. But I can also just describe it to you and show you how to move it around and give you some suggestions. But this is one of my warm-ups that I do, especially if I'm playing an outdoor gig or anytime it's cold. There's been some venues I played where either the AC was on, cranking really cold and the stage was freezing, or it was just not, it was the winter time and they weren't turning the heat on. Regardless, when my hands get cold, I'm not as flexible, I don't have as a good a stretch, and of course I can't execute like I want to. So I found this exercise to be quite good, and initially it was called the figure 8 exercise, and you'll see why. But let me just go through the basics. Now I'm doing it on a 4-string, and it was written for a 4-string, but you can move it to the 5/6 string. But I'll kind of give you a suggestion how in a little bit. But on a 4-string, you're first going to start with the first fret on the E string, the F. Then with your middle finger, you're going to play the B, 2nd fret on the A string. Then you're going to play the F with your ring finger, and then the B on the G string with your pinky. So you went diagonally. So if I say the fret numbers, it'd be 1st fret, next string, 2nd fret, next string, 3rd fret, next string, 4th fret. Then I walk down the G string. Don't skip any notes. Don't use 2 finger or the same finger to play 2 notes. You want to make sure it's pinky, ring, middle, index. Then go diagonally forward. So 1st fret on the G string, 2nd fret on the D string, 3rd fret on the A string, 4th fret, pinky on the E string. And now go down and just freeze right there. So that is a figure 8, because if you look, I went diagonally, then I went down, and I went diagonally and down. So it made an 8 shape, kind of more like kind of a blocky hourglass shape, I guess. But anyway, it's a really good warm-up. If you can, now some of you who are newer to the instrument, this might be asking too much right now. But one thing I'll do is I'll try practicing leaving every finger down. And I'm holding every finger down just to really get a stretch. Don't do it if it's painful. Don't do it if you're really having to force it. But then I walk down, and the same thing here. I leave every finger down just for the stretch. Then I walk down. So that's what's written, but I also, on the sheet music, I show you how to move it up the neck, because this is one where you can play it in the first position and then move up and keep playing, and you'll find that as your hand changes positions on the fingerboard, the technique feels a little different. So that's why you might be able to play something really cool here, but you get up here and all of a sudden you're misfretting and getting buzzes and things like that. So this is one way you can practice all over the fingerboard. So let me show you kind of quickly. You do the first exercise, and you end with your middle finger. Then you slide up with your index finger to 1 fret above wherever your middle finger is. So I'm going to the G on the 3rd fret. Because I ended with the 2nd fret with my middle finger, I go to the G on the 3rd fret, start the exercise again. Same shape, same fingering, so it looks the same. End on the middle finger, go 1 higher with my index. High as you feel you want to go. So you have a couple things, a couple practice suggestions. If you're newer to the instrument and this is just way too far away, start here and go backwards. Or even don't worry about traveling. Start like on the 12th fret and do it until you feel you can execute it well. And just forget about moving. Just go up and down the same way. Go all the way down to the first note. Kind of come back up. Then move down a fret, do the same thing, move down a fret. Because what happens every time you move down 1 fret, the fingers get a little farther apart. It's a gradual, progressive finger stretch, which is really valuable. Anytime you feel any kind of fatigue or pain, of course, stop. You've done too much. It's good just to do it enough to feel a good warmth in the hands, feel like the hands is limbering up, but don't do it if you're starting to feel pain. Stop it, take a break from it, work on something else. And of course, and I should say this on previous videos, if your hand, wrists, there's numbness in your fingers, any of these things, you should see your doctor right away. It could be related to your bass playing. It could be something that is separate from bass playing, but the bass playing aggravates it. Regardless, you need to get that checked out because we got to take care of these things. So that is one way to look at it. Now, if you're playing a 5-string or 6-string, what I would suggest, or 7-string, I don't want to leave you guys out, is do the exercise on 4 strings, then move up a string, do the exercise on 4 strings, move up the string, and so you're basically separating your bigger neck into sections where you can play it. And you can still play the same timing. It's a 3/4 time, so it's a 3/4 groove or measures that allow this to kind of loop nicely. So if you put on a click and you want to put an accent on beat 1, just you're welcome to. I want to shy away from using metronomes, drum machines, or anything until you really can execute this freely. You've got it memorized. Then, yeah, I don't care if you add in timing. Just don't go too fast too soon. That's a big thing. So there you have it. That is our Technical Development Unit 2. What is the Encore item for today? Well, it's actually a collection of recordings from one of our founding fathers, one of the absolute legends, who also had technique up the wazoo. And that is the Jaco Pastorius Anthology Punk Jazz. I kind of wanted to do this because people had asked me at clinics and things, why do people love Jaco so much? I don't know so much about Jaco. Is Jaco so much to check into? Or I'll mention Jaco and someone comes and say, I don't know who that is. And it's so easy to remedy because we all should know who he is. This is basically a great collection of his recordings from the earliest thing. There's some great demos and like live recordings all the way through some of his biggest hits. But if you really want one thing you can get, which is a double disc, to really just be exposed to everything Jaco, this is great. You could also, and I'll probably do an Encore item, there's a book written about Jaco that is a great companion. If you do both these and you study them together, listen to one, read the other, you really have a good idea of who Jaco was and why he absolutely is on our Mount Rushmore of bass founding fathers. What a great player, what a great musician. It almost seems wrong to call him just, hey, he's a great bass player. He's a great composer, played piano amazingly, just had a love of music that transcended so many things. So anyway, that's our Encore item today. It's available anywhere really you buy CDs. And I do encourage you to support the artists. Even though Jaco has passed, you can support his foundation and his family by going on and actually buying a physical copy instead of just streaming it. Punk Jazz, the Jaco Pastorius Anthology. Amazing, amazing. I think it'll inspire you. Regardless of what style of music you enjoy playing, Jaco will help bring new concepts to your brain and just a smile to your face, quite honestly. So thank you so much for stopping by. It means so much to me, the support you guys have shown this channel. We're just in our infancy right now, but I see great things coming in the future. The one thing you can do to help right now is just hit the like, subscribe, and the bell notification for this video. If you want to support Everything Bass and help it grow to being a bigger, stronger community with more diversity, you can go to patreon.com/everythingbass. If you become a monthly subscriber, you'll be getting access to all of the written material for the lessons. I have plans on some giveaways. I have plans for some possible live clinics that I'll do at a local venue here, where we'll actually respond to live chats that you guys can send me as I'm doing the clinic. And I think it'd be kind of cool because it's kind of tying my local world together with this great universe of bass players. I always want to tell you guys how much I just value that we can share and we can interact. I've learned so much from you guys. If you have anything you want to share with me, of course, you can always do it in the comments below, or you can directly email me at dtitus@daletitus.com. Thank you so much for coming by. Hope you enjoyed today's lesson, and I'll see you at the next video.